Let's hope we get some good footage here today. I have no idea what the sound is gonna be like, but I'm using the DJI wireless radio mic at 32-bit audio, so that should help in getting rid of the of any interferences or wind issues or anything. It should definitely help in getting the best possible quality. Let's go by the river because it's a lot nicer to go through the river than it is to go through just concrete that looks like any other city. Cheers, buddy. Some of these people, they already know me because I've been here, cycled through here so many times. I mean, look at this massive construction project, and it's right next to a rubbish sorting factory or pit. I mean, why would you want to live right next to a place that stinks, you know? And it's massive as well. You know, it's not like it's a little. It's not like it's some small rubbish sorting center. It's a really massive one. On a hot warm day, that place stinks. So why would you want to live? And you know, I'm paying top dollar because you know London is not cheap. Oh, you pay $500,000 already for a one-bedroom apartment or two-bedroom apartment. Well, these ones are new. I bet it's $500,000 for one bedroom. If they do one-bedroom apartments, because they might not do. It's one of those mysteries. Okay. Well, construction is on full force out today. And that's the beauty of a bicycle in a city, you know, you can just get through anywhere. Whereas in a car, I'd be stuck on a queue or something, on a traffic jam. Oh, I love the river. Anything to do with water, I love it. It's just nice, you know. Gosh, I don't think I'd be able to live in a city where there is no water of any kind. It's just so nice. You know, it kind of relaxes your mind. Your eyes become a lot calmer. It's actually quite nice, actually. We need to go all the way to Tottenham Court Road, heading to the British Museum to film with the new Pocket 3, which I'm using as an Actioncam. And I have no idea what the footage is going to be looking like, but I hope it's going to be looking good. And the sound, I'm quite curious because I'm cycling a fair bit. I'm cycling a bit fast. I mean, I don't know whether you can tell. You may not get a sense of a speed on the footage, but I'm going quite fast. So, quite curious about the quality of the sound that gets recorded. This is a helipad. Sometimes it's really cool when you see the helicopters up and down. There is one about to go up. Let's leave that behind. This is quite slippery ground. On a wet day, this is really dangerous. This used to be the worst stretch in this whole area, and now it's the nicest, the smoothest. I wish it was everything like that. It's so nice and smooth. And look, the day is opening up. We're actually gonna get some blue skies in the end. The one thing I like about Mondays is that come 9, 10 a.m., you don't see anybody in the road. It's almost like everybody's feeling miserable in the office, and they're all packed in there like sardines. Yeah, just make sure that I don't have an accident first thing on a Monday either. You know, I love the water, I love the river, I love the sea, but I hate rain and cold. I just hate it. And for cycling actually cycling under the rain is really cool. It's actually really nice and soothing. And you know, you layer up and you're actually a lot warmer than people in the car. But it's the mess of it, you know. The roads are slippery, it's messy. Oh, when it's cold, oh my God, I hate it. I love to chase the good weather. Leave the autumn and winter in a warm place and then move to another place that is also warmer in the spring and summer. So when one is cold, the other one is hot. And when one is hot, the other one is cold. Oh, this is really, really slippery. Believe it or not, I nearly fallen twice here when it's wet. It rides amazing, but it's really slippery. Little bit of architectural wonder, this Albion building. Actually, it's a very nice building. And one of my favorite bridges in London, the Albert Bridge, it's such a nice bridge. And at night time it's gorgeous with the lighting. It's really, really nice, very romantic. If you ever come to London, bring your wife or your girlfriend or boyfriend here because it's really nice and romantic. Not many places to go to though for dinner, but let's jump on the road now. We could go through the park, but let's just get onto the road. This is a city that never stops. There is constantly things that they need to do. They need to renew, they need to change. It's like New York City, you know. They will never finish that city, just as they will never finish this city. There's always something that needs to be patched up, bridge that needs to be repaired. Okay, let's go. There you go. All right. Let's go kicking. Let's go kicking now. Oh, we got traffic ahead of us. This is a really cool road to speed up, you know. It's really smooth in the middle. No, on the sides. It's really bad. Right. Okay, perfect. Oh. There is one thing that London has improved a lot in the last 10 years, and it's the amount of cycling places and allowances that they do. Spaces on the road, and they still do more. Segregated areas on lanes. That's really nice. You can actually cycle through London feeling fairly safe, really. I mean, it's all down to common sense and sometimes anticipating to what a driver may or may not do, but you know, it's actually kind of nice. I just wish most of the traffic lights did not apply to us, but that's an impossible dream, really. But it's nice, this road, when you get the combination and you get all the lights in green, this is really nice because it's really smooth. You can pick up some good speed. It's actually very nice. Whoa. I mean, I have to say, this Pocket 3, it's really nice. The LCD screen is big enough, you can look it down and see what it is that you're doing. You can actually, you know, judge what it is that is going on the screen. I'm really liking this. And the image quality is really good too. Oh, I could have sprinted for this, but it's not worth it. Over there, I don't know if you can see this, the Secret Service building, that green and grey building. All this area is covered with CCTV everywhere. There is not a blank spot. I was talking one day to a police officer when I was doing some drone filming, and with obviously the US Embassy nearby, the MI6 building there, and the river. You know, this whole area is very sensitive, high security. As a matter of fact, the airspace above the MI6 is not civil airspace, it's military airspace. So if you want to fly over the MI6 building, good luck to you. Because you need to ask permission to the military and they're just not gonna do it. So that's one thing that you learn when you try to get permission to fly a drone around here. This is very sensitive area. So you blow a fart and they will know. But some of the buildings are really nice. And one thing that I like about London, and you know, many European cities as well, this is not exclusive to London, is how nice they bridge between the old architecture and the new one. I mean, sometimes you do have these jarring buildings that you ask yourself, how the hell they got permission to build that in such a nice area, or a nice looking area. But most of the times, you know, they kind of blend nicely. You know, the old stuff is disappearing really fast. In central London, you go to Soho, and in the last 10, 15 years, that has changed so dramatically. I would say that 95% of buildings in Soho, they've gone down and they've come up, or whatever it is that was going on in there has changed for some new fancy modern shop or cinema or something. And the perfect example is Carnaby Street. When I first came to London decades ago, that was like a heavy metal punk scene. You know, you had punkies and guys with the crest, and it's all kind of t-shirt shops and all this sort of grunge and sort of clothing style, Dr. Martens and high boots. And you go now and it's all high-end fashion, really expensive. I guess the times pass by, you know, if you either catch up and up to date, or you either catch up and get up to date, or you risk being left behind. Like this building here is gorgeous. The House of Parliament with a Big Ben. They're renovating, I think, how many renovations this building has had, because it's an old building, but it needs to catch up with 21st century. The building across the road is an extension now to this building where ministers have their offices, because they just didn't have enough space in the actual building itself. And you can visit this building. You can pay a ticket and you get a tour, and you can go into the actual Parliament and the House of Lords, and you can walk around and see, and you get a tour guide. Very cool. If you come for a visit in London, you're not allowed to sit, they'll tell you off. I know that for experience. I sat once on the leader of opposition seat, and I was told off. But hey, take that away from me. But you shouldn't do it, really. But this is a really nice square. It's very funny. There are some places, there's some areas that you cannot put a tripod, and then two meters on one side you can. It's really odd. They have this security or safety allocated spaces, and nothing can be on the ground. Let's go. The green is gonna come on any moment now. And obviously this is full of tourists and there's a lot of police. There must be some demonstration or something going on later. All right. There you go. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Oh wow, yeah, there must be some big demonstration because they're already getting ready for it. This is the monument to the fallen. You should always pay some respect, whether you agree with it or not. These are people that have fallen defending some values. And this is the women of World War, same thing. I always like to bow and show some respect, even if I have my own personal opinions about conflicts and why they happen and why they shouldn't happen. But you know, respect when it's due. These people gave their life for us to be able to have an opinion. Sometimes people forget that, you know. We're coming on to Trafalgar Square and the British Gallery as well. The National Gallery, sorry, not the British Gallery, the National Portrait Gallery. We're coming on to the National Portrait Gallery. That's some amazing museum that you go there if you like art. Oh, that's really, really nice. The National Gallery and the Portrait Gallery. Very, very nice. And you go there, Mr. Nelson overlooking the square. I just hope they never change anything in this square. They never put up some new building, because they literally are taking everything down. You know, it's nice to hold on to some history, you know. You might want to change the world, you might want to do things new, but it's always good to know where you're coming from and why things are today the way they are. It's a reminder of the good and the bad. Anyway, that's my opinion. You might have a different one. But sometimes we try to erase the past like it never happened, and then the lessons that we learn from it, they go away, just as we erase everything else. That's the problem with the race in the past, that you lose the lessons that you should have learned. Anyway, this is a beautiful square. We're getting political now. Very beautiful square. This whole area is beautiful, you know, so nice. They try to limit the amount of traffic that goes on. This used to be so much worse, but now they have all these environmental friendly areas, so you know, low emission areas where you can't just drive a car in this. You can't just drive a car in central London unless it meets certain environmental parameters and standards. So I like that. It makes everything more expensive, but it's a lot less congested. It is very congested regardless, but it kind of helps. But then again, I don't drive a car. Someone that drives a car probably thinks very differently, because when you have to pay 15 or 17 pounds a day to drive in a particular location, holy cow, that's the best part of £100 a week just to enter. There is nothing to do with fuel costs, the cost of the car, monthly payments. That's just to enter. There you go, we're in green. So we're coming on to Tottenham Court Road. It's another square that has changed so much in the last 10 years. This used to be a bit of an ugly square. It used to be the cheap end of Oxford Street, but that's changing rapidly now, and the rents are going up. You know, new, more fancy fashion houses are setting up shop, and obviously that brings new business, new developments. This is all new. Wow. You know, oh my God, that's totally new. That's gone up in so quickly. So this is Tottenham Court Road. Wow. That's a new train station, new underground station. Everything has changed so much. The Dominion Theatre is, I hope it stays here for a long time, because it's a great place to go to. Oh, there you go. And we're gonna go right now. Okay, so we are close to the British Museum, so we're going to stop now and we'll catch up at the museum.